What are some of the lessons which you should learn from the book of Genesis chapter 3? Let us consider how does it say. The book of Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of the tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, You will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of God among the trees of the garden. Then the Lord God called to Adam and said, Where are you? So he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that you are naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat? Then the man said, The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And the Lord said to the woman, What is this you have done? The woman said, The serpent deceived me, I ate. So the Lord said to the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all the cattle and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed, and he shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow, and your conception in pain. You shall bring forth children, your desires shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Then to Adam, because you have hidden the voice of the wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, You shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat the bread till you turn to the ground, for out of it you are taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And Adam called his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all living. What do we learn from this book of Genesis chapter 3? Number 1, Satan is a liar, i.e., he changes the orders of God. Which order did he change? God told Adam and Eve, so long as they eat the fruit of the midst of the garden, they should die. In the book of Genesis 2 verse 17. But here now, verse 4, the serpent or the devil told the woman that you should not die. And verse 6, we are told that when we take time and mind to the sin becomes pleasing to our eyes. Just consider Eve took his time to mingle with the serpent. He took his time to mingle with the sin. So when we take time with the sin becomes pleasing to our eyes. Number 3, the serpent was an agent of Satan, thus led Eve to sin. Eve also became an agent of sin and led Adam to sin. Genesis chapter 19, verse 31 to 35, and also Genesis chapter 16, verse 2 and 3. The serpent was an agent of sin. Also, Eve became an agent of sin. So who are you? Are you the agent of sin or the agent of righteousness in the work of Jesus Christ? Number 4, Adam and Eve sew fig leaves to cover themselves outwardly, forgetting inward covering. So, as Christians, we take time to modify our dressing mode, forgetting the nakedness of our hearts. Remember, the nakedness of a heart is more important than the nakedness of our outward appearance. Adam and Eve, they took time. They took time to make fig leaves to cover their nakedness outwardly. They forget that they were also naked inward. Their hearts were naked. Your heart is naked, not knowing the truth of God. Have you covered the nakedness of your heart? Sin makes us guilty and hide from the face of God, just as Adam and Eve hid themselves. Sin will make us guilty, and it will make us to hide from the face of God, just as Adam and Eve did. God is near to us, wanting to know our well-being. Just open your heart for Him to enter. Genesis 3 verse 8. God came searching for Adam and Eve, so He is near to us. Open your heart and He will enter in. The book of Revelation 3 verse 19. Jesus is here at the door standing knocking. If anyone hears His voice and open it, He will come in and dine with Him. We have two voices to listen, to the devil or to God. We have two voices to listen. Which voice are you listening? The voice of the devil or the voice of God? God is the one who searches for us, but not us. God is the one who searches for us, but not for us. Remember, He came searching for Adam and Eve. She also is the one who is searching us. The book of Luke 19 verse 10, the Son of Man came to look for sinners, to look for them and save them. So Jesus is looking for us and He needs to save us. So we have only simple thing to do, to obey God's call, to come to Him, and He will save us.